Good morning, everyone. This is Srikant Rajan. Welcome to Stock Market Podcast from mpiinvest.com, the only community where you get guided assistance to invest in stock market, bonds, mutual funds, fixed deposits, and all kinds of insurance. If you're not a part of this amazing community yet, visit our website mpiinvest.com to join the free investment community. Coming to stock market yesterday, the Nifty opened with a big gap down at 16,126 and was on trying to recover. In fact, at one point of time, it did try to touch 16,158, but then we saw heavy selling by end of the day. So we could see the FIIs continuing to sell for 1,565 crores, while the DIIs bought for 140 crores. Every sector in the Nifty closed in the red yesterday. So that's something we could see as a common sell-off. But then the major contribution to the Nifty's fall was actually given by Infosys. Yes, as HCL results were also coming out yesterday evening after market close, and TCS results were also not good. So probably we could see the Infosys also seeing some profit booking, and Infosys led the fall yesterday, followed by ICICI and HDFC Twins. So overall, there was some good selling by the FIIs, which actually has brought the market down and closed at 16,058. But then after the Indian markets closed, there are more important data that came in. The India's CPI, Consumer Price Index, the inflation data has come after the markets closed, and they have come at 7.01%. In fact, this is kind of slightly lesser than what was there in May. So May it was 7.04%, and in June it was 7.01%. So it's slightly less, but then I would say it is still not good. However, one thing we can be happy about is slightly it's reducing, and that we cannot be really happy about is that it is still not a big margin of reduction. So that's something that we need to watch out. In fact, the good news there is that the industrial production data also came in yesterday, which has gone up by 19.6%. So this was majorly because of the lower baseline last year, because if you remember, during last year of the same period, May, is when we had the second attack of the COVID. So that's something that can be attributed to that. But apart from that, one thing that can be seen good is that the governor, Mr. Shaktikanta Das, the RBI governor, Mr. Shaktikanta Das, actually said that though they are planning to tighten the economy by increasing interest rates, they are going to make sure that it doesn't affect the growth of the country. So that can be seen as a comforting message. So that's something that we will let's see how the market takes all this now. So the effect of all this is to be seen. Meanwhile, the negative news would be that the rupee has plunged to a fresh record low of 79.66 a dollar. So that was something kind of not looking good. In fact, after all this happened, the RBI team has actually met the banks and are trying to assess the market as well as to how they can support the rupee value. So that's something again can be seen as positive. So all these are kind of mixed reactions that we have in the Indian market. So after the Indian markets closed, we could see the US markets also falling. So we know that the US inflation data is coming today evening, and as per the analysts, they are expecting the US inflation to go higher, and this could be actually one of the worst ever figures that can be expected today. So with that fear, we could see US market continuing to fall on Monday as well as Tuesday. But one thing good is that the economists are predicting that even though the US inflation is going higher this month, it could be probably reaching the top, the peak of inflation. So probably from here it should start reducing is what they feel. So let's see how things go. So when all these things are happening, there was also news from OPEC. So the Oil Producing Countries Association. So what they've come and told us that they are predicting a short-term reduction in demand of oil, and because of which, of course, the prices are also kind of coming down, and we could see that the Brent crude futures have actually dropped by 68 cents. In fact, right now a barrel of crude oil is trading at almost 98.81, which is below $100, which is something good for a country like India as well as many other countries. So with that, we can see some positivity as well. But then tomorrow being the expiry, we are sure to see some major volatility. In fact, yesterday was also very volatile, so today can continue to be volatile. and that's something that we need to look out for. But one good thing with all this is SGX Nifty is kind of indicating a positive opening today. Yes, so we are seeing looking at seeing almost a 70 point to 80 point gap up opening today, which is something good. And I'm sure all Gold Club members should be sitting with some good profits on the trades that we have taken at the end of the day yesterday. Apart from that, if you look at the Asian markets, the markets have kind of opened mixed again. And if you look at Nikkei, Japan is up by 0.38% and Shanghai is kind of flat at 0.1% up, and Hong Kong is up 0.6%. So overall, it's kind of a positivity after the Dow futures also have kind of gone higher. So the US indexes are also, the futures are also kind of trading slightly higher. So all this is giving slight positive, but then we would have to look at how the European markets open in the afternoon. Based on that, we might see some sell-off by end of the day. So that's something that we need to watch out for, and let us decide should we carry over some trades or not. So all those discussion will happen in the Gold Club today. So these are things. Yesterday we could see the metal sector kind of dragging majorly because the commodity prices were kind of coming down across the globe, majorly because there was a feeling that the demand for the commodities can actually go down if recession hits. And we could also see NMDC reducing the prices by almost 500 a ton, and that is something which could see NMDC opening a gap down and going down by almost 3 to 4%. So that's something that is kind of giving some negativity to the metal stocks, but then yes, it can recover from here. It's already sold off so much, so that's exactly why I would look at adding NMDC at each fall, because it also gives us great dividends on the go. So with all this, looking forward to a very profitable day. This week seems to be really good, and I'm sure all Gold Club members should be sitting with some amazing profits. And for the investors, this has been a great time to invest. Hope you have been investing really well, to ensure that we get the benefits of all these investments soon. So with that, this is Srikant, Rajan signing off. But before we leave, do press the like button and press the subscribe button if you have not subscribed to this channel yet. And do share this with your friends and help them learn and invest together with us. Goodbye. Have a profitable day.